Terry Morin, now over a decade at Indiana. She's built a powerhouse. They were top 5 in the country last year in attendance. And even though they lost their star player, Mackenzie Holmes, to the W, they are strong again this year. Courtney Banger, well, North Carolina also lost its best player a year ago into the portal, but they have come back strong and looking to contend in a stacked ACC. Indiana in white, Tar Heels in blue.
What you're going to see, Beth, is a very athletic, defensive-minded Tar Heel team that turns teams over, that gets on the glass, and they score in transition. And Indiana is a rhythm team. They like to play off the pass. They like to get to their second and third actions on offense.
Renaya Kelly. And then off the bounce on the drive. No good from Indya Nivar. She's going to get multiple cracks at it. And now Denarski spots up for 3, front rims it, and here comes Indiana.
That's Chesky, number 10 in white. She'll have major responsibility handling the ball today.
Let's take a look at today's starting lineups, brought to you by Bad Boy Mowers. The one change is Juliana Lamendola getting her first career start, the sophomore from Texas, due to the injury yesterday to Sydney Parrish, who is unavailable today. Spinning inside is Usby, and there's Lamendola defensively.
And right away, North Carolina trying to attack that matchup with Usby. And there you see the Hoosiers in transition.
Lily Meister, the 6'3" junior out of Rochester, Minnesota. Same hometown as Usby.
North Carolina doesn't give up a lot of easy buckets. That was an easy one for Indiana.
Yeah, the Tar Heel defense has been stout, holding opponents to just 30% shooting in the 2 games here and causing 40-plus turnovers through the first 2 games.
North Carolina tips, deflections, disruption. Indiana likes to play with rhythm, move the ball. There's an offensive rebound from the seat of her pants.
Meister from her keister. Their defense lead to some offense. They are 0 for 7 to start out today. Toomey from the elbow.
A little zone by Indiana. He only played a few possessions of those yesterday.
Nivar dropping it off for Usby. And they finally break through on their 9th shot of the day.
Yeah, I think Usby is equally as talented left or right around the rim when she catches it that deep or offensive rebounds. Out to the perimeter. That's one of the things Indiana has going for them, is they can score from all 5 positions.
Off the bounce baseline, and the defense left Indya Nivar, the Stanford transfer who's back home in Carolina.
Well, that was definitely a defensive mistake there by Lamendola. And then Chloe Moore McNeil on the top of the floor for Indiana. This is a 5th-year senior who's gotten better every year under Terry Morin's skill development program. There she is, number 22 with the ball.
In her 5th year. Their zone cannot dial that up, and here comes Carolina. They've got numbers. Usby, here comes Nivar in the trail, and she'll get a trip to the free throw line.
What a beautiful setting for hoops, right?
Perfect.
The islands are absolutely gorgeous. The weather is perfect. Watch this great basketball.
Yeah.
We've seen some good games. We saw some good games yesterday, too.
Maui Invitational gets underway on the men's side today. The Atlantis men getting underway on Wednesday. All kinds of good stuff. Got that Duke-Kansas men's game coming up this week, tomorrow night. Here's Moore McNeil. Both sides a little chilly shooting the ball in the first 5 minutes. Let's see if they warm up.
4 for 20.
Yes.
And there's Chesky. She's staying hot from yesterday, coming off that career high in an Indiana uniform with 34.
She is the junior from Buffalo who celebrates a birthday tomorrow, so kind of trying to give herself a nice present today. Good cut by Nivar. Lainey Grant now in the game for North Carolina, and off the bounce, Lexi Bargesser. Shot clock's under 10. Moore McNeil, good help from Toomey. Redshirted last year with an injury, and now Grant's first effort. Usby, offensive rebound.
So tough to keep off the glass. She has constant activity on the boards. Go 1-4 high set. UCLA cut into a ball screen.
Here's Trayanna Crisp, now in to run the point. She knocks down the three.
Good determined seeding. And NCAA, you know, we got the new quad system in the women's game.
Yes.
Not the same as the men, but similar.
Yeah, get ready to hear a lot about that.
And then I'm looking for Aiden Mahaney at UConn to start stepping up his game. He's a transfer from St. Mary's.
Going for the three-peat. That hasn't happened since the days of John Wooden. Inside, a foul. Thomas to the line for the Tar Heels, who were picked to finish 6th in the league in the preseason poll.
I think Stanford's going to finish in the top half of the league.
Yeah.
And a lot of people pick them. I think they're picked 7th in the league.
Yeah, middle of the pack.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to finish much higher than that.
North Carolina has Duke twice, and they are on the road at Cal and Stanford, so they do have that West Coast road trip.
And Indiana has a quality win already against Stanford.
Yes. About a 3-second differential here, shot and game clock, so Indiana's got to put one up. Garzon, air ball from downtown, still alive, and there's the shot clock buzzer. So Carolina's going to have maybe 2 or 3 seconds here to work with. Going into the second quarter, just by how much? Townsend, 3 dribbles, up in time, and just hard off the backboard. 1 point Tar Heel lead through the first 10 minutes of our championship matchup.
I'd like to get involved in that
We
pickup
need
game
to get
when we're
invited there.
You
Yes.
think Courtney would let us play in the pickup game with the kids?
We'll see them for, they got Kentucky coming up in the SEC ACC Challenge, the men and the women, next week.
I get first pick, by the way. You got the other side.
Okay.
I know who I'm picking first out of that group already.
Here's Indya Nivar. Her 5 points led the way for Carolina. Both sides shot just 25%. And a rebound for La Mendola. In her first career start, she's already got 6 boards, replacing the injured Sydney Parrish today.
How about the hands?
Pickpocket. And one. Meister commits the foul.
It's 15-9, and she is a multi-talented offensive player and a really good defender.
Really good addition to this Carolina team. They've got a stellar recruiting class set to arrive next year. And this freshman class already contributing this year.
Chesky coming off the weak side stagger.
Garzon passed up the look initially. And now they got to hunt a shot against the shot clock.
North Carolina really locked in defensively.
Garzon with the heave, got it.
That is a tough triple, contested 3. I told you she needed to see a big basket, Beth. If she can get going, she's been the leading scorer in the early part of the season for Indiana.
Junior from Israel, who has played with the Israeli national team. She shot 43% from downtown a year ago. Back out top, and a 3-second violation.
Their situational offense that I really don't expect this game to have much separation.
This is an Indiana team. They went on a 17-0 run yesterday. They led almost wire to wire in their upset of Baylor as Chloe knocks down the mid-range. Both sides still trying to find their way offensively, and we'll give the defenses some credit for that as well.
Oh, confusion on the switch.
Crisp, uncontested look.
Trayanna Crisp looked sharp on that. Crisp, if you will.
Nice. See what you did there.
Nice step-up screen. Yeah, you got to be ready to score on that first action if North Carolina gives you an open look.
Baseline pull-up from Bargesser. Usby just 1 for 4 to start out, so the 2 studs have been quiet offensively. That was the case against UConn, but the rest of the Tar Heels picked up the slack. They were close with Connecticut in the 4th quarter.
It was a good coaching adjustment by Coach Banghart to play some zone. I think they played 14 possessions of zone according to Synergy.
Espy with another rebound. That's her 5th. Triple is good. Grant
reclassified. Should be in high school.
It's only 17.
Yeah.
Carolina by a couple, under 5 to go in the first half.
Chesky with that hostage dribble, getting the defense on your back after you come off the screen. Nice move
Spin inside. That's Caroline Strickland, the senior transfer from Tennessee. Where USC and UCLA were actually projected to finish 1-2 in the preseason poll. Final 3 minutes here in a tie ball game. Defenses have dominated the day thus far. Crisp steps back and hits. That's her 2nd triple.
Same spot on the floor, too. Good job of reading that ball screen defense. They go under. She pulls the trigger.
Short on that shot is Stripling. Nivar. And a foul. Hey, it's the battle for Atlantis men, and that is what their bracket looks like. The quarterfinals get underway on Wednesday.
North Carolina's really picked it up here defensively.
2 minutes to go. Garzone on the drive, runs into a couple of defenders, and taking the charge is Crisp. Garzone checks out now with 3 personal fouls for Indiana.
Well, without Sydney Parrish, I think you have to trust that situation.
And it's another triple, this time from Toomey, and they've got their biggest lead.
5 threes for North Carolina. They only average they average 7.5, but they haven't shot it well in the last couple of games.
Moore McNeil gets the mid-range. They'll try for more from deep. And it's another 3. This time it's Kelly. Timeout Hoosiers.
Courtney Banghart's got to be pleased with the productivity of her team here in the first half.
Approaching the final minute of our championship game here at the Battle for Atlantis.
Little dribble drive action by the Hoosiers.
Oh, nearly turned it over. Moore McNeil checks the clock. She's got time.
You gotta be ready to catch and shoot that.
Instead, Bargesser has to settle for the fadeaway. Offensive rebound, and there to clean it up is Lamendola.
They will review that at the end of the quarter, but I think she might have got it off.
About a 6-second differential. Oh, they missed the back cut. They'll try another 3-ball, and Crisp has her 4th of the first half.
Go ahead, Crisp, and shoot till your arm falls off. 4 triples for North Carolina.
Final seconds. Moore McNeil gives it up. Lamendola, 3, got it to beat the buzzer. The finish with the flourish, and it all comes from downtown.
North Carolina is going to play one way, and that is fast and athletic. If Indiana can just get into their 3rd rotation and attack closeouts and move the ball and play with the rhythm that they've played with all season, I think they have a chance to get back in this.
Here's 12, Yardine Garzone. She's got to be careful. She starts out this 3rd quarter with 3 personal fouls, the only one in trouble.
See, that's what I'm talking about. They got 3 sides. They got a wide open triple. Now you got to make those shots. I also want her to kick a field goal for me on the Pat McAfee show.
Let's get her a javelin. Is she going to get an assist? Yes, she is. Finds Nivar with the nice backdoor cut.
Well, there's an early post-up and a miss by Garzone.
Working inside, Meister. Good defense from Toomey.
All you young players out there, you got to stay on your feet, because when you don't, that's her. Actually, it's her 5th of the season.
Yeah. So she contests at one end and then makes you stretch the floor at the other end. Let's see if Chesky can get it going. Has really struggled after the 34-point game yesterday. Just one basket so far today.
That's actually not a bad foul, Beth.
North Carolina trying to put a little distance between themselves and the Hoosiers here early in this third. Our championship matchup, winner takes the hardware home.
ISO.
Nivar working on Garzon with those 3 fouls. And now
nice.
Kelly
Nice.
with the nice blow-by.
Caught the ball on the move, on the cut to the open space. Really nicely done.
More McNeil to the left side. That is going to be some fun next week. The SEC ACC Challenge for the men and the women. And there are some of your featured women's games. OU Louisville, Kentucky, Carolina. Texas Notre Dame is going to be a monster matchup. Ole Miss, NC State, and also Duke, South Carolina. There's Usby at the free throw line. This is not one of her strengths.
Right. Something to factor in late game situations. You know, she's a 63% free throw shooter.
The story of this one, after it was tight throughout much of the first half, North Carolina has made its last 6 3-pointers, second quarter and third quarter. And in particular, Trayanna Crisp with 4 of those to tie her career high.
Oh, look at the hustle. See now, that goes on the highlight reel. And that's what you want to show, the kind of effort you bring to the islands for Courtney Banghart. Look at the shot clock, 5 seconds. She's coaching the last possession here. What hustle by Kelly.
Their defense continues to shine here in Atlantis. Shot clock winding down. The heave from Garzon.
So everyone's got to be locked in there, Beth. Another deflection into the backcourt.
Knocked out by Bargesser.
Head tap usually means ball screen on the top of the floor.
Usby tries to step through, scoops it up and in.
Having the time of my life.
Woohoo! You know, a little turkey with maybe a Kalik beer. Help wash it down. Little rum. Usby with the catch, keeps it alive.
Remember when I was talking about Indiana slowing the game down? Now they got to speed it up, right?
Yeah.
You know, they got to speed it up to try to get more possessions. They got to get a couple of stops in a row.
Another opportunity for Toomey.
Sierra Toomey unleashing the three-point shot today. Have you got your 6?
Toomey changing her pronunciation to three-me, by the way, Debbie.
Okay, you're 2 for 2 on
Trademark that.
Yeah, you got it, Bowens.
Just a barrage of triples. It's somewhat uncharacteristic. Inbound to Crisp.
And on the other side, Beth, North Carolina, they're up 15. Can they make it 20 before the fourth quarter?
Yep. Crisp, baseline. Good weak side rebound. LaMendola has been terrific in her first career start today. Putting up some nice numbers. Here's Chesky off the bounce. Let's see if that gets her going.
Really good attack on the long closeout in transition before North Carolina's organized on the weak side for help.
And the Indiana fans sensing the moment, some of them on their feet now. Nivar baseline drive, and she's bumped. So Nivar at the free throw line. Around and out. An outstanding freshman class. Can they take down #1 Kansas? That's the Sonic blockbuster in Las Vegas.
Well, Duke coming off that win on the road at Arizona. Huge win.
Big one. They got, what, 3 freshmen, right?
It's a
starting?
signature win for the ACC. They need a few more on the men's side.
Here's Nivar with the steal and the lay-in.
There's that explosive ability in the passing line.
Another errant pass and a foul going to be on Bargesser. See the frustration.
And there is a difference.
Yes. Activity does not. What's your
Activity
line? Does not equal productivity.
That's right.
That was her first miss of the season. She follows that up with a make.
Well, this is why you know North Carolina is going to be a really good defensive team, because last year Donarski had the best perimeter defender. Now it looks like Indya Nivar has that assignment. And that pass is too long against an overplaying D.
Crisp, nice feed to Townsend on the break. Defense leading to offense. They forced 6 turnovers this quarter and have only allowed 3 baskets here in the third.
They go to horns, 2 players on the elbows, and they try to invert Garçon to the block. She had a matchup, they missed her.
Garçon, the only Hoosier in double digits. Nivar and Crisp leading the way for Carolina in double figures. We are approaching the final quarter of our championship matchup here in the battle for Atlantis. A strong third quarter, a dominant one for the Tar Heels, looking for the exclamation point.
Going to high ball screen right here for Townsend.
Crisp gets a look and hits it! A career-high 5th three-pointer of the day! What a third quarter for Carolina, extending the lead from downtown. Blasted away from downtown with 10 threes.
They have quickness, they have depth, they have guard play by committee on both ends of the floor.
And a total team effort. More McNeil. Indiana really got to start pushing the tempo a little bit to try and get back into this. Held ball.
And North Carolina is so good off the bounce right now. And they have done a nice job of attacking all ball screen coverages that Indiana has brought. And there's the 11th triple.
3-point lines do match up now. Tough shot. Usby with another rebound. That's her 12th, her 3rd straight game, double-digit boards here in Atlantis. And they are inching ever closer to the championship. Townsend off the bounce, got a big on her defensively and took advantage.
Scored over 1,500 points in college, and there's Usby with a steal. Steal, score, steal, score.
That's where you want her to slash to the bucket.
Yes, that's where I want her going strong to the rim.
Look at Townsend, shortest on the floor, and she gets in there to get the rebound. Get it started at 7 Eastern, then you got Knicks, Mavs, and Thunder Warriors. The Wednesday night doubleheader on ESPN, and it starts with NBA Countdown.
Steph Curry, the Warriors.
What a start.
Come on.
What a start. Usby inside.
Good ATO by Courtney Banghart after timeout on a blob, baseline out of bounds.
Love that. They seem to be making all the plays, even the hustle plays like that one right there. There's Usby going coast to coast, shoulder down, creating space and finishing.
That's what I want her to do,
Yes.
that right there.
Yeah. More McNeil will step back and hit it.
She's going to
They're
have to
giving her a 2 right now.
Yeah, you know, Beth, she's going to have to be more aggressive moving forward.
Yeah.
I mean, she gets into the paint off the bounce, but she always counters. She needs to get that 2-dribble pull-up in the middle of the floor and just stick it. She's capable.
Usby with the position inside. She'll face up, spin, go to the right. Hard off the back iron.
Back-to-back possessions. Coach Banghart trying to get her ACC first teamer some touches inside.
Well, McNeil tried to go back-to-back. Here's Grant, the young freshman out of Midlothian, Virginia.
playing a little point. How about a little UCLA
look
cut?
at that. Gets it right back from Crisp.
And this is the standard that Courtney Banghart wants from her team. So what you have to do, Indiana,
Get a good little run going into Christmas, and then they come out of the holiday, and they will... Yeah, they face both UCLA and USC the first half of the month of January. Hopefully, Sydney Parrish will be back healthy. The extent of her injury, they won't really know until they get back to Bloomington for a closer look. But she certainly is a key cog moving forward. And yesterday during the game, the Ice Bags were on the left knee.
she's
after she got hurt.
Fifth-year player.
Garzon. Get another look here. And a foul.
She only had a couple of points.
Well, once you drop 34, you move up the scouting report, don't you? They have been able to get to the free throw line here in the second half a little bit, be able to paint the street. Get the three-point line right out there on the street. Nivar with a layup. Boy, she's going to be a huge addition now that she's healthy and back home in her home state. She's got 15 on 6 of 9 shooting. What are you looking forward to in the men's tournament? They're going to get underway here on Wednesday.
I think Louisville, Indiana, the game we have first is going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be a high level. Miles Kelly is an outstanding point guard for Indiana, and then Chucky Hepburn for Louisville can play as well. That's a great matchup, and then there's Gonzaga on our side of the bracket too.
Stick around too and head over to ESPNU if you want some more women's hoops, where we'll have Baylor and Villanova for you in the third place game. Townsend beats the countdown. And that'll put a capper on it. An impressive showing for North Carolina. Off the baseline drive, the pitch out. Jumper is good. Charnice Curry jumps. And the battle for Atlantis is going to Chapel Hill. 69-39, your final. North Carolina over Indiana. Season high 11 threes leading the way. And another outstanding defensive performance as they hold the Hoosiers to 29% shooting and just 39 points. So back-to-back games, Debbie, holding an opponent under 40.
They rolled up on some defense here for sure, and they put it to the Hoosiers. North Carolina with a great balanced effort on both sides of the floor, but definitely impressed by their defense.